I'm Buster Scruggs.
You're shooting ironwork.
Appears to do, yes.
Do you have anything to say before sentence is carried out?
Sentence? What's my sentence?
Buster doesn't actually necessarily turn out to be who you might think he is. What's your take on him? Is he a misanthrope?
No, you'd never find a better friend if he's your friend. You just don't want to be his enemy. No, I think as with all of us, it was important to underscore the benign, loving, singing cowboy who embraces life in the world with as much brio as possible, so that once that gets undercut, it's more dramatic. So the idea was to make him as friendly as possible.
Harry's story is he actually has no limbs, and so plays a young man who has no arms and no legs and is taken care of by Liam Neeson's character. It's also interesting because, as you say, you speak on stage as a performer, and but you never speak when you're not on stage.
Yeah, in fact, I did say 2 words to Liam, which was more meat.
Okay.
And I remember doing some reshoots for some of the, I think, the more technical stuff to put me on top of Liam and other bits and pieces in terms of when he's going up the stairs. And they said, oh, we cut your lines, because it was weird you talking to him when you don't, in any other bits of the film. So I thought it was a really good call in terms of he is sort of 2 different things, an on-stage persona and an off-stage persona, like I believe so many of us, so
Right.
So yeah.
So you have one of the only female roles in the whole, across all 6 stories, and also that story, your story is one of the more optimistic, at least for a time. I wonder if you can just talk a little bit about Alice Longabaugh and what her character represents.
I had a journalist ask me on the red carpet the other day, oh, she's not a very strong female character, is she? And I thought, oh, this is like a true misunderstanding of what actors mean when they say strong female character. What we mean is strong writing for a female character, not that they have to be some sort of like she-woman, he-woman thing going on. She's a timid person, and I sort of think of her as like a bird in a cage, and the cage is kept by her brother, and then sometime at the beginning of our story, that cage door opens unexpectedly, and she doesn't really know how to walk out of the cage. And I think watching her figure out how to do that and how to trust herself and trust the people around her it was what attracted me to her, right, and made me want to take care of her.
And Bill, your character is one of the really good guys across this whole thing.
Well, it's all relative, isn't it?
Well, yeah. How do you see Billy Knapp?
I think he's the trail boss on this wagon train, and I think he's he spent a lot of years alone, and I think he's discovered that the best way he could survive this really unforgiving landscape was to take care of other people, to sort of saddle himself with that responsibility, and there's something very sort of a gentle courage in that, I think, that really is touching to me. And he's not always the best at it. He sort of messes a couple of things up, and then he sees this woman, and he decides that maybe he'll give himself the chance to be taken care of in one way.